This is the Dodgers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Well, hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers Postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA dating back to 2007. I worked for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Well, for those of you that wanted to argue with me last night as to, enough of this effing talk about the bullpen, I guarantee you, if the Dodgers, specifically Dave Roberts, would have left Blake Snell in there, that's exactly what would have happened last night. It would have been like lickety-split, quick, fast, and in a hurry, stress-free, game over. Now, nothing against Roki Sasaki. As I said, there's probably something positive that came out of that for Roki. I'm sure there is no way that he didn't gain something from that. Like, he didn't get some experience out of it. He's a rookie in the major leagues. He's young. He has never been in that situation before. He's not a closer. Well, he is now, but he's never been one. So, look, in the end, they won, okay? It is my job and your job to question that move, okay? They did it again tonight. And one of the things you have to give Dave Roberts credit for is kind of learning from his mistakes, right? It was a night last night where a couple of mistakes potentially were made. One of definitely made by Teoscar Hernandez, who owned up to it. Give that dude some credit. He said, I effed up. There's not much to say. Made a mistake. You know, Dino Abel told me to go. I made a mistake. I missed it. I screwed up, you know? So that's all you can ask for. Then tonight, he's like, well, last night we got away with it. Tonight, though, let's see what happens here. Roki came out and just mowed them down. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night in the ninth inning. A complete game. As Brian Anderson said, that is like the dodo bird, a very rare bird. You don't see complete games in baseball hardly at all, especially not in the postseason. The last time the Dodgers had one, 2004. So it has been a minute.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game,
Kike Hernandez. No, he's hot again, still hot. Just stroking the ball all over the yard. 2 hits, 2 runs scored, walked once, so on base 3 times. Dude is just all about October. His OPS in the high 9s, but tonight's player of the game. I mean, do we even need to say it? Roki Sasaki. Roki Sasaki. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. 9 complete innings. He gave up a homer on the first pitch of the game and then settled down like immediately. And then the Dodgers got his back in the second inning. Took a 2-1 lead. Teoscar Hernandez tied the game on a home run in the second. And then Andy Pages, who is as cold as your ice cubes in your freezer with a batting average of 37, boosted it up to 69 tonight, got his slug over 100, just barely at 103, doubles down the line to right to score who else but Kike to make it 2-1. And then there wasn't a whole lot of anything until the 6th.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Max Muncy, that funky Muncy. We haven't said that in a while. And I know it's tired, but it's still fun. It's still cool. I still like Max Muncy, that funky Muncy. I'm sure he hates it, but in our Dodger fan text chain, it appeared tonight and it felt absolutely appropriate. Max Muncy, the turning point of the game, the homer, 412 feet to left center field, deepest part of the park to make it 3-1. The Dodgers then added one in the 7th on a Shohei Ohtani single. You want to talk about something else that's rare? Shohei Ohtani putting the ball in play and knocking in a run. We'll get to his awful night in his other at-bats. I mean, it's nothing new. It's what we've seen from him throughout most of the DS and last night, swinging at bad pitches, but did find one that they made a mistake and threw over the plate, and he connected with to knock in a run. That made it 4-1, and then Tommy Edman singled to right in the 8th to score Will Smith, Max Muncy to third. Kind of a little bit, I don't know, is frustrated the right word? No, I was like, bases loaded, no out in the 9th, and you get away, I get out of there with nothing. Let's hope that doesn't come back to haunt them. Fortunately, it did not. And fortunately, Doc made the right decision to leave Yamamoto in there. He came in and just mowed them down. Here's what I loved most about Yamamoto's performance tonight.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Yamamoto throws a complete game. Okay, if you missed that headline, if I buried the lead somehow, Yamamoto throws a complete game in the postseason. He threw 111 pitches. Thank God they did not start in on that. Oh, he threw 100 pitches, got to pull him. I thought it was funny. Ron Darling commented that in Japan, Yamamoto would throw a lot more complete games because they don't have that arbitrary 100 pitch thing, rule, whatever. It is arbitrary. It's an even number, right? But it's very, why is it any different than 99 or 105 or whatever? It's just an arbitrary number. And it's so ridiculous. Drives me nuts. Tonight wasn't a factor because Yamamoto had complete command of the zone. Pinpoint accuracy. That is not something you see all the time. You see it pretty frequently from Yamamoto. He has such command of the zone. When people get hits off of him, when the first pitch of the game is a home run, you're like, what? Because that's just not what Yamamoto does. And he is so good at, it's like an offensive line in football. When they are good and they give the quarterback time, you don't even really notice it. Same thing with Yamamoto's accuracy when it comes to hitting spots in the strike zone. He has command of 6 pitches. He got 9 outs with the splitter. That was in the 8th inning, so I don't know how it ended up. But when they threw that stat up, 9 outs with the splitter, 5 outs with the 4-seamer, used 6 different pitches over this game to get outs. And the command was so accurate. He threw a 4-seamer to strike somebody out in the 8th inning that rode in on his hands. You don't see 4-seamers do that. That's what a 2-seamer does. His 4-seamer has movement, which is just, it's like, it's not fair. It's just completely ridiculous. And then he throws that slider and that splitter down and in, down and away. To left-handed hitters, it's down and away. To right-handed hitters, it's also down and away. He can throw it down and in too. But here's what's amazing about it. The ball comes in, obviously to these guys, it looks like a fastball, but it hits that zone and it drops off, but not so much that it's not a strike. It's still hitting the zone. That is what's so freaking amazing. It's a strike on the corner, but it's diving in and away. And it's just like his ball very rarely gets up, but sometimes he'll throw it up to keep you off balance. And, then he throws that riding fastball on you. That's practically unhittable when he's doing the other things with the splitter and the slider. Oh, the dude is just wicked. I mean, tonight was the first time in a long time, and you guys can comment if you like. I felt a little guilty as a Dodger fan with what we have, the embarrassment of riches at starting pitching. They mentioned it briefly during the broadcast, the big salary. It's what makes a lot of people hate the Dodgers, that they've gone out and spent all this money. And now it's showing up to be worthwhile. What you got yesterday from Blake Snell, what happened today with Yamamoto. I mean, it's just like, if you're a Brewers fan, you just got to be like, what do you want? These guys are, Peralta gave up 5 hits, 3 runs. I mean, it wasn't terrible. struck out 4. He's supposed to be their ace. So it wasn't terrible, but when you've got Yamamoto just being as stingy as he was, 1 run that came on the first pitch of the game, 3 hits in total, 7 Ks. The ERA 1.83. It is ridiculous, as they say. I am Pete Fox. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. We come on right after the game, instant reaction. Tonight we are sitting pretty as Dodger fans, up 2-0, heading back to LA. Same position that the Mariners are in, heading back to Seattle to face the Toronto Blue Jays. At this point, it'd be kind of strange and kind of weird if it wasn't Dodgers Mariners, which let's not even go there, right? I shouldn't even be discussing that right now. So I apologize. Let's hit the break and come back and talk a little bit more about the offense, because there's a lot to get into. Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, where you can find the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast with Travis Rogers Monday through Friday. An in-depth look as to what's going on in the Dodger universe. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast, a 5-1 win over the Brew Crew in Milwaukee at the park formerly known as Miller Park. Like, how do you get rid of that sponsor? I just don't get it, but it's now First Family or something like that. But we're not here to talk about them. We're here to talk about Monarch Money. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, investments, property, investment properties, income from Airbnbs and various other, just savings accounts. Money adds up if you've invested it properly. Well, if you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's where Monarch Money comes in. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial picture into a clear focus. It's one clean, easy to use interface on your laptop or on your phone. I've told this story before. My bank at one point a long time ago started putting up a pie chart on my checking account. It was telling me basically where my money was being spent. And I was like, I can't believe I spend that much money on gas and entertainment. So I had to make some changes, and it ended up in the end saving me money. That's what Monarch Money can do for you. It's built for people with busy lives. If you put off organizing your finances, Monarch is for you. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization on your spending, and finally feel in control of your money. So use the code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com. You'll get 50% off your first year. That's LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com. Tonight's episode also brought to you by FanDuel. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel has an offer for you that is pretty fantastic, and you shouldn't miss. You should definitely take advantage of this right now. If you're a new customer, you can go to FanDuel and bet $5. And if that bet hits, you'll win $300 in bonus bets to use across the app any way you like. That's right. Pick a bet, put down $5, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use anywhere on FanDuel. I know it's postseason of baseball, and football is always better when you've got a little action on the game, but basketball season's right around the corner. The NHL is underway as well. So head over to FanDuel.com and get started. What are you waiting for? Download the app at FanDuel.com today and tell them we sent you. Dodgers with a 5-1 win to take a 2-0 series lead on the Brewers, heading back to LA. Off day tomorrow. I believe game 3 will be on Thursday, but Yamamoto, just ridiculous today. And it was, you never really threatened, never nail biting, never frustrated. Just kind of like, well, he's going to get that guy out and he's going to strike him out. He's going to get a weak fly ball. It's just like everything you could ask for. He delivered. Top of the lineup, Shohei Ohtani struck out 3 times again. Guess what? Swinging at bad pitches out of the zone, having no approach, no attack. I mean, it's embarrassing. I'm sorry. I know he got a hit with an RBI, but people are like, well, he's still the greatest player in the game. I'm like, he's got that potential, but he's playing like garbage right now. And everyone's got the game plan on how to beat him. Down and in, down and in, down and away. And he flails at that pitch away. Doesn't always have to be down. It could just be away. A fastball moving outside of the zone, he's going to flail at it. And you know what? He pulls off with that front side. How? I know Dave Roberts knows that he's doing this. He's told the media Yeah, he's really pulling out with his front side. Does he sit down with him and say, hey, Will Arrington, come over here and tell Shohei Ohtani to keep his front side closed. Get that foot down early. Stop pulling off the ball. I mean, it would be great to have Shohei Ohtani producing for this team. God, I know they can probably get through the Brewers without him, but I mean, when you get to the World Series, potentially against a loaded Brewers team who has some real good, not Brewers, Mariners, who has some real tough pitching. That Mariners starting pitching rotation is almost as good as the Dodgers. So Shohei Ohtani better get his act together and get his ass in gear because he is worthless right now. 147 batting average. I mean, come on. And he did most of his damage in this postseason. Game 1 against the Reds, hit a couple of home runs. Everyone's like, well, it's not that bad. It's terrible. It is terrible. Rumar says Shohei is rushing his hit attempts. He don't have confidence right now. Yeah, I think he does. This is a problem, Rumar. I think he does have confidence. I think he's like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And the opposition still fears him. They talked about Murphy, the manager of the Brewers, saying it's a no-brainer to walk him in certain situations. I'm like, really? He's got nothing locked in right now. He is ice cold, flailing at bad pitches, and maybe his confidence is down, but it doesn't seem to be because he's still up there just swinging away. So it's frustrating because, it's Shohei Ohtani. And they use the analogy of Stephen Curry. When Stephen Curry's gone 1 for 10, people are still double teaming him because he could rip off 5 in a row. And look, it's true. Shohei Ohtani could get red hot Thursday, right? It could just turn on like that. He'll get 3 hits, 2 doubles, and a homer or something, and we'll be like, what were we complaining about? But it's like it just looks, it's so bad right now that it's obvious, and the opposition has his number, and you would think you'd like to see him go up there with a different attack, a different approach, do something different, change it up, because what you're doing ain't working right now. Mookie Betts an 0 for got hit by a pitch and walked one, so he got on base a couple times. Freddie Freeman 1 for 5. He had some nice at bats today. Will Smith 1 for 4 with the run scored. He continues to be a factor offensively for the Dodgers. Max Muncy, the big home run, the game-changing home run for the Dodgers. Teo also a homer, 2 for 5, run scored, RBI, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Oh, that's Max. Sorry. But yeah, that Teo home run was just like Freddie Freeman's yesterday, a skyscraper. Tommy Edman, another productive day, 2 for 5. Andy Pajes, the double and an RBI. And Kike continues to be Kike. He is just such a welcome addition to this team in the postseason. I mean, it is. For us, it's not surprising, but how can you not be impressed and a little bit surprised at what he's doing night after night after night? Again, his OPS is high 9s, batting average in the postseason, 379 to lead the team. It's just remarkable. And I wish he could bottle that and share it with Shohei Ohtani, because this team would be practically unbeatable. Final thought from J-Bomb 187. That's a cool handle. It feels good to be a Dodger fan right now, Pete. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Sitting pretty. I know we'll have a little bit of stress when we get back to LA, although the Dodgers are good at the Ravine. We know that. I do not think it will be a sweep. I think that Brewers will figure out a way to win the game, but we got 3 in a row. So all they got to win is 2, and I think they'll get it done at home, and then we'll be heading off to face, more than likely, the Seattle Mariners, and that will be a fantastic series. So that's going to do it for us here on the Locked On Dodgers postcast. We come on right after the game and break it down for you. Instant emotional reaction, and tonight we all feel very good. It'll be a comfortable day off tomorrow as they get ready for Game 3, Dodger Stadium on Thursday. It's still up in the air as to whether it's Glass now or Shohei. ESPN says it's going to be Glass now, but I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if it's Shohei. So we'll have to wait and see there. And of course, the Brewers are undecided. So we'll be here to break it down when it is over. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And of course, we appreciate the comments. Take care, guys. Have a good night. We'll talk on Thursday.